Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. All right, I'm going to do a little activity. So I'd like everyone to close their eyes and imagine that you are in a foreign land. It could be South Florida, Maui, or a local temple. Now, imagine that you are meeting people that you have never seen before and eating food that is strange in color but delicious. Now, imagine yourself taking pictures and engaging in activities you have never done. Okay, please open your eyes. Okay, I would like to tell you all about an adventure of a lifetime. During the summer of 2016, I embarked on a journey that would lead me to risk my life, make new friends in the Pacific Northwest, and cry because I would eventually depart. I traveled to the country of Peru, and the beauty, kindness, and genuineness would make me fall in love with it. The experience and adventure that I chased, it is an emotion that will never depart from me, to the extent that I even thought about extending my stay. To travel and to bask in the glory of a foreign land is why everyone should travel. Not only can one make friends in foreign lands, but they can also put themselves out of their comfort zone, and in the process, become more human. According to well-renowned author Neil Donald Walsh, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. When I brought to my parents' attention that a Peru trip was being organized by my Spanish teacher, they were very hesitant. Questions like, how do you plan on paying for it, or will you be safe in another continent, invaded their thoughts as well as mine. When I took the leap of faith and paid the deposit, I surrendered my parents' financial earnings to a 9-day trip. I must admit, I did put my parents in a $4,000 hostage situation, but I did it for the best reasons. Throughout the trip, I was able to practice my Spanish with a massive population of native speakers, and even attempted to communicate with people whose first language was Quechua or Aymara, but who also spoke Spanish. In my attempt to make myself vulnerable and accommodating to non-English speakers, I learned a valuable lesson. We as humans learn the most when we put ourselves in uncomfortable situations that stretch our limits. When we travel, we open ourselves to judgment, but with that judgment comes a newfound understanding that when we fail, we can rise and exceed our expectations. Not only did my Spanish fail me at times, but it helped me to not give up on the language or myself. I dare each and every one of you to step out of your comfort zone every week and see how your life transforms. How can a group of people from the Portland suburbs, the city of Lima, and Arkansas residents become the best of friends over the course of 9 days? Simple. Pack them on a small bus and tell them the history, culture, and delicacies of Peru. Explain to them how Tupac Shakur got his name, and how Tupac originates from the Quechua word meaning the greatest. The Peruvian language immersion tour allowed me to meet people from across the country and across the globe. One adventure that left a great impression on me was meeting the native Aymara people on Reed Islands. This group of people have been living on islands and houses made of reeds for centuries and have only recently allowed tourists like myself to explore their beautiful environment. I was very fortunate to wear their native dress, and they gladly allowed me to take pictures and video of them singing to us in English of all languages. This experience showed me that people can be loving and appreciative of you in your own home, but also across the globe. The fact that I could speak to them in Spanish and that they would answer me in English gave me great joy and surprised me tremendously. This event was one of many experiences where people opened their arms and even their houses to a bunch of American teenagers. Traveling and experiencing diverse cultures allows one to meet people and form friendships that will last a lifetime. Not only did I make friends with the indigenous Aymarans, but I became acquainted to our tour guide, a Lima, Peru native. Our tour guide became almost like a temporary dad for me in every way, shape, and form. Defending me from men with wandering eyes, to helping me pay for a taxi after a night on the town, Andres became a companion and great helper to me throughout the trip. If I never brought the trips to my parents' attention, I would have never met friends or father-like figures that would teach me about my humanity and connection to the world around me. The human experience is an ordinary concept if one lives their life casually moving from one day to the next. True humanity is learned when we understand our purpose and never shy away from it. On day 4 of my Peruvian excursion, we went to explore the greatness that is Machu Picchu. We saw the most beautiful ruins and prettiest llamas eating grass at breathtaking altitudes. When suggestion to go on a hike was presented, I jumped at the opportunity, to not only to prove to myself that I could reach an altitude of 13,000 feet above sea level, but also see Machu Picchu from an even grander perspective. The initial trek was treacherous and exhausting, but I made it in one piece. However, the journey back would put me in a life-or-death experience that would shape me to my core. A majority of the group had made their way down from the hike with no problem. Unfortunately, it took me twice as long to go down than to go up. As I was attempting to go back to the beginning of the hike, I slipped twice, and all I could think about was death, because the hike was on a very steep side of a mountain that didn't have any railing to hold on to. Prior to the venture, our tour guide told us that we were risking our safety, and if we slipped, then we would either be killed by the impact of falling from that altitude or the snakes that would greet us. On the second slip of my foot, I pondered my life and if I was going to make it. I examined my life as if it was the end, and then I thought to myself that there was so much to live for. So I used that newfound confidence and overwhelming anxiety to push myself to finish the hike and reunite with the rest of the group. I ponder that experience frequently, and it reminds me how fragile our lives are. This event also makes me think about my humanity and how I belong to a world so much greater than myself. A world that gives and takes, but especially gives us experiences that test our limits. Traveling to Peru was not a mistake, but a blessing that showed me that I can accomplish difficult situations even in the face of death. Pushing myself to the edge allowed me to see the beauty in life that is all around. I challenge everyone, and even myself, to push ourselves to our brink and escape our psychological borders. It will allow us to grow and achieve so-called unattainable heights. Why should we travel? Is it so that we can brag to our friends and relatives about our experiences, or that we can buy souvenirs to clutter our homes? Traveling is not about materialism, but is about how we can step outside of our comfort zones, make new friends in distant lands, and become more and more human. Journeys allow us to leave our jobs, friends, and homes to experience someone else's life for just a moment, to learn about distinct cultures, traditions, and indigenous people. I left a piece of myself in Peru, released all prejudices, and experienced a beautiful country, and that essentially should be everyone's goal when it comes to traveling. The beauty of the world cannot be experienced genuinely from our TV sets. We must see the world for ourselves and bask in its beauty, and that is why we should all travel.